Good morning, sir. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm here blessed. Last Saturday of the month.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
End of the last month of the year. Yes, sir.
Jumping December 1st, head on tomorrow. My dad turned 76, so blessings to him and congratulations. And I'll be giving him a call today and tomorrow just to mess with him.
Oh, okay.
What jersey you got there? 45?
Hey, Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin. I was trying to think, was that the linebacker?
Oh, Katzenmoyer. Nah.
Katzenmoyer, yeah.
Archie Griffin. Won the Heisman twice.
Only person in history that won the Heisman twice.
Yeah, Archie Griffin.
Somebody else should have won it twice, but they only won it once. But I forget who it is.
That was Terrible Tebow.
You think Tebow should have won it twice?
He almost did.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. I know he was good in college, but I didn't think he was that good. I didn't think he was two-time Heisman winner twice.
Right.
All right, we up and running. I got us right here on this screen. I got YouTube on the phone. I got on the monitor. I got YouTube on the monitor, and I got LinkedIn on my phone. So we in 3 spots a day like we always, but we actually really in 5: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And Mark is gonna have us linked on Instagram side. And good morning to you, sir. How was your holiday?
Man, I can't complain, man. How was yours, man? Hung out with Marcus over there watching that debacle, that travesty on TV. But other than that, we had some good laughs and some good food, and I came back home and got in the bed.
All right. So I guess we can start here. What were you grateful for Thanksgiving?
Grateful to see another Thanksgiving, man. Grateful to see another Thursday, 28, 2024. Every day above ground is a good day, man.
Yes, sir. I was grateful that we were able to have folks over to the house and enjoying the fellowship. And I'm grateful that I had my dinner ready on time. And I'm just grateful. It's been an up and down year. It's been a roller coaster year. And I'm not gonna complain about any of it. I just gotta fix whatever it is I need to fix and keep my head up. Nose from being all in the camera so folks can see to the back of my brain. I'm still gonna keep my head up and keep moving forward. It's a great day overall. Definitely a great day overall. Have you started the Christmas shopping?
Nah, man. I got my Christmas shopping done in July, man. Dollar Store got great gifts.
Man. I'm a self-professed Christmas Eve shopper. Definitely. That is who I am. And every year I said I'm gonna do differently, I'm gonna do better. I'm not gonna wait till the last minute. Even when we have things at work, the Secret Santa stuff. We say it gotta be turned in on 12th. On the morning of the 12th, I'm at the store getting something. Take it up to the job. That's just how I am. I don't know. I don't know if I'm being cheap or I figure I'm gonna get a deal that late. Whatever it is, that's what I do. That's my secret.
If you knock it off the table and then you pick it up, you get on, right?
Now say that again.
Go in there and knock it off the table. And then she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Be like, "Well, this is the one I wanted. You get 50% off, man." Hey, it wasn't like that when I bought it. That's how you do it.
I'm about to try that. I'm definitely have to try that.
Try that, man. I teach you a lot of things.
Good morning, Miss Rochelle. How are you today? She's thankful for life, health, and strength with the lion win on the side. Yes, it was ugly, but a win is a win. I agree 100%.
She would put that in.
You can't complain how you get them as long as you get it on the positive side.
Yeah,
I agree 100%. You're back into it. Sometimes you're gonna win ugly. Sometimes you're gonna win pretty. Sometimes you're gonna win pretty ugly, and that's just how it is. That's how I like it. We got a good little contingency here. We got folks on Facebook, on Twitter, and YouTube. So come on, check us out. We got Twitch in here. And I just learned something else. I can hover over something and you can see all the people that's on there. And I like that. I like how that works out. I learned something new today. I've been always wondering how you can recognize the names. I've been trying to find out people in the background whose name, if I can actually see the name. They haven't quite figured that one out yet. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. All right, let's see. We got high school football today in Division III. Zeeland West takes on Detroit Martin Luther King at Ford Field. That game will be at 12:30 Eastern time, which is about 30 minutes from now. Is that right? No. Hour and a half. Hour and a half from now.
Hour and 20 minutes from now.
Hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that looks to be a very, very, very good game. Zeeland West has a great history in the state playoffs, as well as Martin Luther King, Detroit Martin Luther King Junior Senior High School. At 7 o'clock, the last game of the day, Detroit Cavs will be taking on Hudsonville at Ford Field, Division I. We used to be there used to be 4 divisions, now it's 8 divisions, and this is the so-called quote unquote biggest game of the weekend. And so good luck to our Detroit area teams that are playing. If I missed anybody, please forgive me. I went through the whole bracket and I tried to make sure I recognize everybody in Detroit area. Folks send me a couple letters. Hey, I know we got to recognize all the Detroit area teams. I say I just want to recognize the ones that I got ties to and we might have ties to. So I got to expand my horizon. I got to, you got to learn. Folks teach you. You got to learn. You got to listen. Listen to the people out there and let them know, hey, you're right. You're right. Sometimes we got to do things a little differently. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All righty. Let's jump right into it. Topic of the week. Will Deion Sanders leave Colorado?
No. Because he just landed that that quarterback. So no. The only way he would leave is if the offer was too good. But no, I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think so. Maybe after next year, yeah. They probably gonna suck after this year. You losing Travis Hunter, you losing Shador. I'm sure Shiloh gonna leave. Yeah. He'll probably leave after next year, but not now. If he do it, like I say, it'll shock me.
I think all of them gonna go. That's Shador's gone, Shiloh's gone, Mr. Two-way player, he gone.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think they're gonna be just fine. They've been recruiting very, very, very heavily, and I think they're gonna be okay. And I honestly, my thoughts are that Deion's very, very invested in his son, and if he has the opportunity to go coach his son on the next level, I think he's going to do it. Because I watched the Pivot podcast just this week where he was on there, and you can hear how he's conflicted. You can hear it in his voice. He's very, very conflicted about what he wants to do and whether or not he wants to stay or not, which is understandable. He's been with his son the entire time.
Right.
And that's been him and his son have been together the entire time.
Right.
So that he talked about how when he had the surgery and he was out for the month, and how his son said, "Dad, I need you." And he said, "I'm gonna move mountains to get there. If I'm sitting in a wheelchair on the sideline, I don't care what I look like. I got to be there for my babies." And I understood that. That's how I am with mine. To my detriment, to their detriment sometimes. You be there for your children, and I get it. But for him, it's just the same thing. Also, do you think he would go to another college team? Would he go to Florida State?
No.
It's the opportunity's there for him. Why not? Because they're not very good at all, and they're not very good at all. And traditionally, they've been up and down. They were good when he was there. They were good after him, and they won some, back and forth. It's like any college team is very cyclical, and nobody's going to win all day, every day. So can he turn it around there? Yeah, he can, because he's turning things around there in Colorado. He's doing better, admittedly, than I thought he was going to do this season. They're 9-2, 9-3 this year.
9-3, yeah.
On the way to a nice, good-sized bowl. They still have a chance to make an at-large bid to go to the college playoffs. Why? Because they're a draw. At the end of the day, it's about ratings and about money. So are they gonna make money by bringing in Colorado? It's a good chance.
Yeah.
but they're not playing in their college championship, so that makes a big difference right there, whether or not they will be selected or not. Stranger things have happened.
They'll be playing Michigan.
That's right. You said you wanted to play Michigan. That would be a good game. It would be a lot of people coming to see that. It would be a lot of people to come to see that. Because I remember the last time they played them in the big house, and somebody ran that streak down the sideline and threw that nice little bomb and caught it on the last second of the game, and everybody running down the field where everybody on the home side had their head down.
Yeah.
The hometown kid that played for the Cubs scored that winning touchdown. And
Michael Westbrook,
he skyrocketed his career, and right after that, Slash became Slash. But that's what took his rocketed his career. He made him a Heisman Trophy contender after that game, and I never forget that. I was watching. It was Saturday afternoon. I was supposed to have been studying, and all of a sudden, what? Oh, you gotta be kidding me! No.
Yeah.
I turned the game off. Took my books out and started studying. That was a great game. The whole game was a good game. They pulled it out there. So you never know. It's still some people around probably on both sides that remember that being there, that happening. And it would be a great matchup. That's for sure. Definitely for sure. You got two good coaches going against each other. I do call Sharon Moore a good coach. He knows how to manage the game. I'm not saying he's a great coach. I'm saying he's a good coach. He did what he's supposed to do to help him win that championship. And he was 6-0 last year, not so much this year. He's 500 this year, but he's going to a bowl. He is bowl eligible. But I think that my heart says he's probably going to stay, but he's really conflicted. The last thing he said at the end of the Pivot podcast was, "Let me show you why I'm so comfortable." And he took the guys on the Pivot on the tour of his offices, and they were showing it. It's nice. It's nice. It's almost a whole homage just to him and all his prime and his number and all the stuff that he has around. And I can see why he would want to stay, but I can also see why he would want to go, because you get too comfortable, you get complacent. And he's the man that says, what's my next challenge? And he's also a man of God. He's probably going to say, God, is this where I need to be? And should I be moving forward somewhere else?
Right.
I get it. I get it 100%. I get it 100%. Is this something really that he want to do? I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Of course, I am. It's great news for us. Give us something to talk about. And we'll see. We shall see. Will he follow Shedeur? You think he's gonna follow Shedeur if he go to the Cowboys or the Raiders?
He might go to the Giants.
You think Shedeur will get drafted by the Giants?
I mean, you can always say where you want to go, right? John Elway did it. Eli Manning did it. Yeah, you can always say where you want to go. Don't draft me, but right now the front runner would be the Giants.
They do need a quarterback. Tommy DeVito, he was sitting on Thursday. He was the third quarterback dressed. That's the emergency quarterback. And it's possible. It's definitely possible. What was that cartoon character? I said it's possible. It's possible. I forget that cartoon character back in the day. Deputy Dog.
Oh, Deputy Dog. Muskrat.
Yeah. Or was it Muskrat that said? I think it was Muskrat that said.
It might have been Deputy Dog telling Muskrat, "Don't go away, man. Just go away."
Those are the good days. I miss those good cartoons. Now they got all that crazy stuff out there. But hey, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? Yeah. All right, we're going to move into the NFL. Lions break the 7-year drought, the 7-year itch, with a crazy ending. That game never should have been that close. That game should have been 28-0. They kicked 3 field goals where they should have scored, where they got conservative in the red zone. They got predictable in the red zone, where they normally don't, and they stopped running the ball. Try to pass, be fancy, throw the give it a little handoff to the tackle and let him throw the ball. So when I saw that, I'm like, y'all got to take this more serious. Because the Bears was over there like, okay, we know y'all gonna do some craziness, but we gonna stick right here. And as always, Jonathan Owens out there playing his butt off. To me, he needs to stay somewhere where he can play the Lions twice a year. Because every year he go out there and he put it on the lines. When he was with Green Bay, he got that pick last year. This year,
they're not good. They're sorry. They're not good. That's why I keep trying to. I keep thinking they're going to the Super Bowl and not going nowhere with my. You'll see, man. I'm through preaching that, through being that dead horse. Ain't going nowhere.
Over the next couple of weeks, we about to see where they at because they got Green Bay on Thursday, and then the following Sunday they got Buffalo. They probably gonna flex that to. I'm predicting right now they're gonna flex that game to a night game. That's my guess. They're gonna flex that game.
Sunday night football again.
That's my guess. They're gonna flex that game to Sunday night.
Where they play Buffalo at? Here or
at Buffalo? They play it here. They play them in Detroit.
You get 2 L's in 2 weeks. No problem.
That's entirely possible. That's on my board and in my agenda. What we talk about a little bit later, when we start doing our predictions, is entirely possible that it might happen. And we had Mr. Eberflus, and he got himself fired. I think he was protecting his quarterback. I don't think, because the quarterback it's come out recently as this morning as the quarterback was literally ignoring his coach when he was trying to change the play and call a timeout. He thought he had it, but at the end of the day, all the coach had to do was go to the referee. Because you texted me, and the first thing I said was, that's just as much was the coach's fault as it was the quarterback. Once you got the 15 seconds and that play didn't go, I'm calling timeout. Because at that point, I can run a 15-yard out, and then if you get closer, you can kick the field goal. Put yourself back in field goal range. That play don't work. Then now you got the clock is stopped, and then you got a virtual timeout, even though it's really not a timeout. Then you can run your Hail Mary play. You never know what can happen from there. Right. So just the clock management was bad on both sides, the quarterback as well as the coach. It really fall more so on the coach than the quarterback, because at the end of the day, the quarterback is the quarterback. The coach has to answer the why. Why didn't you do this? The quarterback, of course, going to get those questions, but it really fall on the coach. What you think about Mr. Eberflus?
Man. Just like you said, you share the blame 50-50, but it's more on him because your quarterback is he the coach while he out there. And like you said, once he took the sack, the first thing he should have did was either got up to the line and spiked it, or he should have called timeout. With that being said, neither one of them took accountability for their wrong, and his wrong cost him his job. So now you taking what are they, 2-7 or whatever they are? They probably won't win another game because they got to play the Lions again, right? The Lions come to Chicago, but that season over. But it could be the curse of Justin. Like I keep trying to tell people, you shouldn't have let Fields go.
Yep.
Because Caleb Williams ain't it, man. I'm telling y'all, you think you got a gym? Dog, he trash, dude.
I wouldn't say he's trash. I just don't think that he is ready right now, starting NFL quarterback right now. But when you draft him, number 1 overall, give him all the money, you got to play him. And that's this climate. It's not like back in the day you draft the quarterback number 1, you give him 3 years, you bring him along slow. It's not like that no more. Especially when you got an old boy down in Houston, came in last year, NFL Rookie of the Year, lead his team to the playoffs. Say it again. C.J. Stroud come in and does everything that he does. So at the end of the day, it's still hit or miss. Even in the NBA, number 1 draft picks don't always pan out. Whether they're number 1 overall or number 1 draft pick for a team, they don't always pan out. So we talk about that all the time with our favorites, Mr. K and Mr. Ivy. So they seem to be doing okay this year, but we're gonna get to them. I'm define okay, but that's what we're gonna get to the NBA after we finish talking about college. Simone Biles showed up for her husband, got a private plane, cost her about $100,000 to get up there, and she was down in Houston training, working for her, getting ready for her shows all across the country. They doing the Olympics, they go to each city every week and do the Olympic hello, thank you. We out here. This is what we did, and with the glitz and the glamour and the music, because they literally don't make money unless you're Simone Biles type and you got great endorsements. Those Olympic people don't make any money. They make what, 30,000 for a gold medal, and so they have to live off their endorsements. A lot of them don't get endorsements beyond what they need to train for. So when they go out on these tours that they do, that's how they make money. And that's like a music artist. They don't really make a lot of money off their albums. They make money off of doing shows. So when they go out on tour like that, it's the same thing. So you can't really blame them. But she got it like that. She said she already got the house set up back in Chicago. So when the plane get back, they can go. The chef is already cooking, and so they had dinner ready for that. Because that's just a 45-minute turnaround flight.
Right.
They get out of there. Jump. It used to be they can go out of Detroit, downtown. Well, not downtown, right off Gratiot, but they closed that airport down. It's instead of a hangar,
City Airport.
Yep, City Airport it's a tennis court. It used to be a hangar, but now it's a tennis court.
Wow.
That's a whole nother story for another day, as opposed to for who put it in there and why it's in there. We can talk about that on another day. But yeah, Coleman Young said we're gonna have us an airport. We had when I actually flew in and out of there. When I was at Denby, we had our senior trip and we flew out of the Detroit airport and on our way to Florida with the kids. That was a lot of fun. But I wish we get it back. I'd love to see that. Dallas got two airports, Dallas Love and Dallas Fort Worth. I would love to see us have the city airport come back as well as DTW. We're a world-class city, so we need to have two world-class places there as well. All right, moving on into college football. We got some great games going on last night. Eight overtimes. Georgia versus Georgia Tech. I didn't see the game, but I saw that last overtime. I saw 7.5 and 8. I saw 7.5 and 8 where they ran the blitz and on 7.5 and sacked the almost sacked the quarterback, and he threw the ball away. And then the next play where they threw the ball away again. Then Georgia comes in and runs the ball up the middle, scores and wins. At that point, it was all 2-point plays. I like the old way when you get all the points, where you got to when you score, you got to kick the field goal, alternate the ends. I like that. But I guess they say too much time.
Money has changed everything, son.
Yeah. I like the days when Michigan and Michigan State went into 5 overtimes, and the games were 52-56 or something like that. Something like that when they ran the score up like that. That was, to me, that was football. You put it on the 20, you got 4 down. Let's go. What you got? And then after that, you got to go for 2 after 2 times. I think they should have kept it at that instead of just saying 2-point conversion only after a certain number of times. I like that a little bit better. Did you get the chance to see that last night?
No, I fell asleep. I watched it before they went to overtime because I felt Georgia was going to lose. So.
Yeah, they were down. They were down 17-0. Yeah. I was out there trying to make a little money, and my buddy was texting me, letting me know, keeping me up on the score. And he's like, it's in the 8th overtime. What? So quickly turn it on. Right. Yeah, and Kirby Smart was so cool last night on the sideline. He was so cool. It was so funny just to see him on the sideline. So cool. He was cool as a fan. The coach at Georgia Tech was looking at him. Was looking at the referees like, I know y'all gonna find a way to the mess is over. He had that look on his face like, we gonna hold on. We should win this game, but they're gonna find a way to stick it to us. But I don't think that was the case. It was execution that took him out last night. All right. Will Michigan State win today? They go to Rutgers at 5-6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to hold on to the predictions. to a little bit later, but that is one of the topics for this for college football, where Michigan State win and the game. Right? They gearing up. They've been in Ohio State. They started at 9 a.m. today for the game. The game. University of Michigan, versus Ohio State in the shoe. You think they're gonna try and hang 100 on them, or are they gonna do well enough to try to get that kind of score?
I talked to Ryan Day late last night. He said, it ain't about the points. I was like, oh, here you go. But he told me, he's like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. He's like, I know y'all got hit with the snow or whatever. Told me to come on down. I told him, nah, man, I would have had to leave last night if I was coming down. I don't like when you coming down 75 and they say, welcome to Ohio. No, I don't know. I like going back that other way when they say, you're leaving Ohio, welcome to Michigan. But I don't like going,
Yeah, them state troopers be looking for the Michigan plays, boy. They be looking for the Michigan.
Sure do. Damn, my car is all black and black tinted windows, and I ain't got time for that, man. I don't got time to be going to see Bo Outlaw, Johnny Law. No, I don't got time for that.
Yeah, if the speed limit is 75, you better be going 73. Because if you going 76, them troopers gonna pull over a Michigan plate every time.
Like Burt Reynolds said, we got wall, county mounties, and mounties.
Yes, sir. That 5-hour trip straight through 75, going through Cincinnati at the end.
The longest road trip ever.
Yep.
We took that trip to Alabama State, and I went to sleep and woke up and was like, where we at? It was like Cincinnati. I was like, you're lying. That is the longest, horrible, man, that's like Chinese waiter torture. That is the worst road trip ever.
Anytime you go south on 75, if you go on Atlanta, you go to Florida, the longest part of the trip is going through Ohio. I agree.
Yes. You got Cincinnati, Dayton, Cleveland, Lima. Oh, my God, man. It's like, Lord have mercy.
When we went down, we drove to Orlando for the Citrus Bowl for the year 2000. We was like, we're not taking 75 on the way down. We take it on the back. But we took the turnpike, and we went through Virginia and the Carolinas.
And what else sucks when you do road trips? And I'm sure you can attest to this. Knowing you doing a road trip and then you look around and you the only one up. So you know what I do? Ask your boy Marcus. You know what I do? You know how if you veer off the road, you run over them things and go, yeah, I do that to them. Man, if I gotta be up, y'all gonna be up. Get out of here, man. Ain't no sleeping, man.
I don't mind sleeping. But my one rule is, it don't matter if you hot or cold, as long as the driver's happy. It don't matter what the music is, as long as the driver's happy. Because the driver want to listen to something, that's what we listen to. If it's cold to you, if you too cold, the driver ain't too cold, you just gonna need to grab your blanket. Because the driver got to be the most comfortable person in the car. Marcus says he does.
Yeah, I do that, man. Look, this is what we do. We go somewhere. It be me, him, and Autumn. So they'd be like, let's stop and get something from McDonald's or whatever. So I can't eat mine because I'm driving. They eating. Next thing you know, you look over 20 minutes later, they both knocked out. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, wake up. Yeah. Felix, what was that? Time for you to get up. If I gotta be up, you gotta be up. Nah, man, ain't no sleep. Okay, well, I tell you what. Let me go to sleep. And let's see how far it take for us. Let's see how this trip ends in. Find you in that ditch. What he saying, Bad Boy? He was like, my wife, no, I ain't. I drive us off this bridge and we'd be two in the sea. How about that, right? So now if I gotta stay up, y'all gotta stay up.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't mind. You gonna sleep? Go ahead and sleep.
And I love to drive. I don't know where I get it from. I love to drive, but
me too.
I can't And then, like I said, I got the little radar detector, so I kind of know on the highways because I drove a lot. I was driving when I was like 14. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell. I was driving then, but I kind of knew the highways, so I knew where they hood when they, they hung out, whatever.
Yep.
But this is a true story. We was going, it was me, my old man, rest in peace, and his father, which was my grandfather, rest in peace. And we was going to the family reunion. And I told him, I said, hey, man, you might want to slow down up here, man, down and, down going down south. They be up in them here. Man, I know what I'm doing. I say, here he come. I see the state trooper coming down the hill, pull us over. My old man like, watch this. He like, yeah, license registration. He was like, I'm Felix Kirk. I'm a Detroit police officer. My man was like, son, that badge has no jurisdiction down here. Let me see the license. I said, I tried to tell you. He get mad at us because he had, down there, you got to pay right there.
Yeah.
Ain't no, I tried to tell him, man.
Yeah,
like,
especially back in those days, you got to pay right then and there. Because if you get out,
I told him, I said, man, you need to keep that speed control between 65 and 68, even if it say 70, because they'll clock you with that. Just stay under 70. Man, I've been driving before. Okay, I'm telling you, man, I be knowing.
In his defense, he's supposed to have a police officer's courtesy. They supposed to give each other courtesy, supposed to. But especially when you in the South, boy, come on, give me that stuff so I can go and get my money.
I knew he was getting a ticket when the car door opened and I seen the first foot hit the pavement. I was like, this big fat black man, man, you can fake. And then the thing with the like my grandfather told him, where you messed up at, you were supposed to say, good afternoon, officer. I'm such and such. He was like, man, watch this. I'm a hell. My man was like, son, that badge has no jurisdiction down here. Like, I don't care what you talk. I was like, wow.
He thought he was Eddie Murphy in Los Angeles. Ooh, doom, 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 doom.
Right. Beverly Hills Cop, right. Nah, man, that's a Detroit badge. Right. I never forget that, man. I thought we was going to jail. I really did.
I understand. All right, don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget to get the book. What book is that? Gratefulness Journey Every Day, written by who? Mr. Marcus Holmes. Not only did he got a new book coming out. Is the book out now, Marcus? Is the new book out? I know he said he got a new book coming out. And also he has a great presence on Twitter, and Twitch, and LinkedIn, and on what's the other one? A TikTok. Let me tell you about what he do. Lean in, let me tell you. He tell you about how to get a job, how to set up your resume, how to interview questions, the question to ask back to the employer. So go on there and find Marcus Holmes on all those platforms. HR specialist. If you want a job, he gonna help you get a job just by listening. And you can book an appointment with him. He can go over things more specifically with you, but he give you some things to do to find a job for yourself. Hopefully, Cyber Monday got another book coming out that I think he's writing with somebody, if I remember correctly. But we got a published author here. You have and two guys who think they know something about sports. Inspired by Sony Cherise. That's right. Inspired by Sony Cherise.
Man, I know what I be talking about. I ain't taking
until they pay us, Felix. We think we know what we're talking about. Until they took some money behind us.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't argue facts. Today is Saturday. Can't argue facts, son.
Until they pay me, we kind of know what we're talking about. Once they put some money behind me, I know everything what I'm talking about.
A horse is a horse, a course, a course.
You bad as me. I know I got my stuff. You just as bad as me with your sayings. I always talk about mine. You got yours too. That's what makes this work. We got it together. And what else we got over there? Oh yeah.
Absolutely, man.
I need to wake up a little bit.
It's getting cold out there. Make sure you put that under your nose, man.
Ooh, that'll wake you up in the morning.
Yeah, wake you up in the morning.
That'll wake you up in the morning.
And you're talking to yourself, as long as you don't answer yourself.
Oh, you gotta answer yourself. That's the best conversation in the world. If you're not gonna answer, and somebody in the closet answer, you in trouble. You better talk back to yourself.
Right.
All right. Moving on to the NBA right now. The Pistons are 9-12. They are 2-2 over the last week, and they are in 10th place overall in the in their conference. They are actually in first place in the Emirates NBA Cup Group B, and they are tied with 3-0 with Milwaukee. And I always talk about the ugly floors. And it dawned on me when they were showing some highlights of basketball in Europe. Those floors are patterned after some of the European floors. And then the Emirates Cup. Emirates is a European-based airline. So if you got a European-based airline and they're trying to attract the European crowd, because you got Wemby, you got Embiid, you got Joker. All those people come from a European background, plus many, many more. And so it's an international game. So give them something to look at. So when they watching the game in the middle of the night from the other side of the world, or early in the morning for them, whichever it may be, and literally the whole town stops to watch their favorite son around the world play. Give them something for that. And that makes sense. I make jokes about it, how ugly they are, but that is it's a bigger plan. It's always the big picture. I had to look at the big picture.
Absolutely.
So right now the Pistons in 10th place. If players would have started today, they'd be in the playing game. You think they're gonna be to maintain that?
No, man. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress because it's gonna take him. See, in Cleveland, he actually had players, right? You had Donovan Mitchell, you had Caris LeVert, you got players. Here, it's like I'm a Jay Nivey fan. I'm not a Cade Cunningham fan. I'm not a Duran fan. I'm not a Beef Stew fan. I'm not a fan. So
I'm a fan of Beef Stew because he worked hard. I'm always gonna be a fan of somebody who may not be the most talented, but he gonna give you 100%.
That's because you go up and down the court. That don't mean you work hard. I can go up and down the court. At 49, I can go up and down the court. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is he has to build that same camaraderie he built in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. It's going to take a little bit longer because he doesn't have those players.
Right. They like 20
he
and
had Mobley. He had like Asir Thompson. That's G League. All that G League stuff is different from the NBA.
But that's what he inherited.
Right. So once he gets his own nucleus of players, he'll be able to put something together.
I agree.
Depending on how generous Trajan Langdon is going to be with the checkbook.
I think it's going to be okay because right now, last year they were 2-20. This year they're 9-12 after 22 games. So it's already. It's not 180. It's 150 degree turn right now.
It's about a 30-degree turn, but okay.
It's still better than where it was. They was last year. They were sitting on that still turn lawnmower.
Absolutely, everything was with progress. Absolutely.
So I'm happy for that. At that point, at least they're there right now. All right, college. We had some classics going on. The Arizona Tip-Off Classic was won by Butler. They beat Mississippi State. Pierre Brooks II, whose father's a friend of the show, had 22, 9, and 3 last night in that win. And Auburn won the Maui Invitational. And Michigan State came in third, beating North Carolina, something they haven't done in a while. So shout out to them. Right now, let's take a look at the rankings. Kansas, UConn, Gonzaga, Auburn, Iowa State, Houston, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Marquette, Duke, North Carolina, Purdue, Indiana, Wisconsin. Who is that? Cincinnati, Baylor, Florida, Arkansas, Texas A&M, Creighton, Xavier, Ole Miss, Arizona, and Mississippi State. So Butler beat a ranked team. Michigan State beat a ranked team. And I'm still trying to figure out every year, how was it that Marquette State ranked every year? How was it that Creighton State ranked every year? How was it that Xavier State ranked every year? These mid-majors every year are there, every year. Well, what are they doing that everybody else who should be doing better are doing?
They go out here and they schedule these December tournaments, these Thanksgiving tournaments. Feast Week is what put you on the map. right? That's the opening. That's just your invitation to show everybody what you're going to be. Look at if you out of that top 25 you just named, that whole thing about to change.
Yeah. Yep.
UConn lost twice.
3 times.
Gonzaga lost. Oh, they lost, okay, 3 times.
3 times.
Auburn won the Maui. Michigan State, you didn't really think they was gonna do nothing. But Tom, one thing about Tom will go ahead and start that. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. The bad thing about Tom is the game is past Tom, and Tom don't get it. That's why you go to these settings and these venues and you getting ran because you still want to come down ISO, pick and roll, pass, pick off. Tom, you got to change that whole format. I love Tom Izzo. I bleed green and white, but Tom, you got to change that, man. It's like he told him and remember the Titans, man. He's way ahead of you, coach. You got to throw something at him you ain't looking for. They way ahead of you, Tom. Yeah. You got to change that whole philosophy. What killed me is when Jimmy Van Dyke or Jimmy Knight or Jimmy Dykes and all them, the commentators, oh, Michigan State likes to get out and run. No, they don't. No, they don't. Stop saying that.
They call it early offense.
Right. Your big man wanting to shoot threes. And no, Tom, you got to change it. You got to change it.
Yeah, he still run a lot of the stuff that Judd ran. And I know that because I took that class. And it's a whole set predicated off of early offense. They run the three lanes, and then they got the trail guy. And the trailer, this is depending on what side of the ball goes, depends on what side the trailer goes, and it's a set of picks already set off for that. And that's why they want to run the early offense.
And then if y'all not making threes, it's over. You know what I'm saying? They was all hype. Oh, Trey Holloman, dude don't even start, dog. Let's be for real. He don't even start. You're a backup to the backup. Let's be for real, man. I mean, he just got to change the philosophy. He got to. It's like Nick Nolte. It's like Nick Nolte and Blue Chips. But he got Penny Hardaway and Shaq. He told Penny, you know what? Tonight, I'm gonna put the ball in your hands and you can run it. He told my man, you know, the rims is the same height as that rim at your barn, and you can let it fly from anywhere. You got to change for college basketball. It's past them days, Tom. You got to change it, man. Or y'all gonna keep going home, and you're gonna stop getting invited. That's what's gonna end up happening. Yep. You're gonna get took off that slate because it's no sense. The one thing about it is he will play you, but the bad thing, what's the sense of playing him if you're never gonna win?
Yeah, I agree. Christopher Donahue, how you doing, sir? I don't think we've ever seen that name before. If we have, it's been a minute. Thank you for joining us. He's talking about college basketball, saying putting a team together, not just big recruits that don't mesh well. Players that complement each other is the winning formula. Yes, sir. I agree with you on that. On both, on any level in college, especially if you look at what UConn has done with the girls, South Carolina with the girls, as well as what Kansas, as well as UConn has done. UConn, it's going to be tough for them this year. You're not going to go 3 in a row. You're going to take your lump. They're going to take some.
No, he doesn't have a floor general. From what I watched, he don't have a floor general. Same thing with Kansas. When Roy was there, because when Roy was there, I was there. So Roy went inside, outside. Mm-hmm. Once Bill Self came, Bill Self was like, no, we're not going back inside, outside. We going run. Big man, swing, whatever. If it's open, shoot it. If it's not, get back on D. He took his Illinois philosophy and brought it to Lawrence. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Tom just, and I get it. What's the name was, the coach before him? Yeah, that was a good coach. Absolutely. But man, I seen that. I was like, nope. Because you only got guard wise, you got the kid that got shot that came back. You got Richardson. You got Trey Holloman. But after that, you have nothing. That's like when they had Tum Tum there. I was like, are you serious? I was so glad when his 4 years went. I was like, man, this what? Tom Nair.
Yeah.
Lou Rawls, Tom Nair. And you know where he at right now? He's on the coaching staff for Bowling Green. They almost beat Michigan State.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I like his name more than I like this game. That's for sure.
Man, I was like, you might as well play Steve Izzo's son, Tom Izzo's son, Steven Izzo, Tom Nair, man.
I don't know about that. He was definitely if we was playing Steven Izzo consistently, we definitely we wouldn't even gonna go to the NIT. We was gonna be
you would have been playing Steven Izzo. Yeah, you would have, because you would have Steven Izzo would have did the right thing. Okay, I give you case in point. Steven Izzo is equivalent to Mike Griffin with Michigan in the '89 team. Mike Griffin didn't do nothing. Their whole scoring came from Maria Robinson, Lynn Rice, Lloyd Vaught, and Terry Mills. Mike Griffin didn't do nothing. That's how you would have played Steven Izzo.
Yeah, but Ramil was the point, though.
No, Mike Griffin was the no, right. You're right. But what I'm saying is, Mike Griffin, he was an outlet and get the ball right back. That's what you do with Steven Izzo.
Okay, I get it. I got you. Because that's right. Because he was gonna pass that ball to.
He wasn't gonna shoot it for nothing.
Unless he was had to wide open.
I think I've seen him take one person to the hole, and that was senior night at Chrysler. Other than that, pass it, give it right back to Ramil.
No, he was giving to Rice.
But what I'm saying is,
or dumping down the low.
You were out there 4-on-5.
Right.
Yeah. That's how you play Steven. What's the name?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. In the interest of time, we need to move on. Let's jump into hockey real quick. Red Wings are 10, 11, and 2, 22 points. They are in they are in sixth place, 7 points behind the Panthers. Not a little bit, but very much out of playoff contention right now. We're gonna jump into them a little bit more next week because we a little bit behind time. Let's see here. Women's sports. Let's jump into women's sports. Let's see here. Let me get rid of that and save that. There we go. Women's sports. For women's sports, we got Harmony Turner. She's still killing them out there. She jumped on. She beat St. John's last night pretty much by herself, 54-52. South Carolina ends their 43-game losing streak this past week, losing to UCLA. And will anybody go undefeated right now? We got undefeated with UCLA, UConn, Notre Dame, Texas, LSU, Oklahoma, Kansas State, Maryland, Ohio State, West Virginia. Those are out of the top 10, though there are 9 teams that are undefeated. In the top 15, I'm sorry, and for women's college basketball. You think any of those teams going to go stay undefeated?
Not at all. Not at all. Because UCLA just caught South Carolina at a bad time. You line that game up right now, so South Carolina blow their doors off. So it's like you said, it could be you just have that night, right? Mm-hmm. You just had that day. I remember the dude had for the Bullets, had 35 on Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Mike turned around, they played him on a back-to-back. Michael Jordan goes, I'm going to have what this guy had in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just that night.
Yeah, just that night. Yeah.
Just had that night.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yes, sir. All righty. We'll be back on time. We had to move through things a little bit quickly. So right now we're going to take a quick pause for the cause as we jump into stupid sports news. All righty. First of all, Mac Brown announces his retirement. Says, I'm leaving. No, I'm sorry. He didn't announce to retire. He said, I plan on coming back next year. North Carolina was like, nope. No, you're not. And they fired him. Mac Brown has been consistently a giant killer down there in North Carolina. Put plenty of guys in the pros. I know he's not the youngest guy. They probably scared he going down the sideline.
This guy say, man.
Of course, I say that jokingly. But he's one of the best coaches in college football. And they letting him go. You think that's right?
Hey, he had his time. It's like when Eddie Robinson, the great Eddie Robinson at Grambling. You got your time. Lou Holtz at Notre Dame. He left Notre Dame, then he went to South Carolina. What's his name? The ball coach. He left Florida, went to the Redskins and made them a tragedy. Came back, went to South Carolina, made them a tragedy. You just had your time.
Old ball coach.
Old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. Daniel Snyder decides to hire this guy. Steve Spurrier goes down to Florida, goes down to Washington, and makes the Washington Redskins the Florida Gators. Go look at that whole roster. Danny Werfel was the quarterback. The wide receiver was Jaquez Green and Rashad Caldwell. He had the whole, I said, man, he ain't did nothing but hired all Gators.
Yeah. And they were not very good because of that. They were not very good
at all. Caught the offense, the fun and gun, the same offense he had at the University of Florida. Make that make sense.
And the defensive coordinators were smiling like, yep, come on, bring that college mess around here. We got all these good athletes. Yeah, come on, bring it on.
5 wide, no running back. I was like, this guy, he really thinks he's still at Florida.
Yeah. And them defensive coordinators was like, come on, they just
And you know what the sad thing is? A lot of coaches stay too long, and then a lot of coaches don't stay long enough. Like Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops should still be coaching. Bob Stoops was a good coach. He should still be coaching.
They effectively ran him out of Oklahoma.
Well, after that last time, when he had Adrian Peterson and he didn't do nothing with him,
he never
was on the ball. Huh?
He never quote unquote won the big game. If he wins a big game or two, he's still there.
Nah, didn't they win? They won a national. Didn't they win a national with Bob Stoops?
I don't think so.
I think they won a national with Bob. Yeah, they did. They beat LSU. They beat LSU.
Of course, I'm gonna look real quick.
Absolutely. I think Bob Stoops them did win. They won the Sugar Bowl, if I ain't mistaken. They beat LSU.
Let's see here. Yep. Did Bob Stoops win national championship? Only one. Yep. Only one. Yep. He won it. Yep. So I didn't think they won it. I do apologize. Of course, you know it all. Your history is better than mine, so you got it.
I told you, man. I'd be over here stirring it. Yeah. Bob Stoops, because I remember his brother coached at Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Then his brother coached at Oklahoma. Then his brother coached at, was it Duke? One of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Same thing with Lou Holtz's son, Skip Holtz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now we got a game we're gonna talk about, the second generation game we're gonna talk about in our predictions with South Carolina then, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. But before we do that, we need to talk about Coach Jim McElwain, the Central Michigan coach. Retires. He's the retiree. He's gonna retire. Why? Because he know the NCAA ruling is coming. So he gonna get out of there before all the big trouble come down. Central Michigan gonna catch the fire. He said he's gonna stick around as like an assistant athletic director or professor or something like that. I say he gonna quietly go away in the middle of the night. That's my prediction. But he gonna get out. He's getting out of there.
Florida.
We say
Gators.
Yep. So he gonna roll out of there. Nobody's ever gotten in trouble for having old boy on the sidelines with them space goggles.
Counter
stallions with the space goggles.
Yep.
All right. Last thing we got in Stupid Sports News. You know who L'Oreal Sarkeesian is?
I would believe that would have to be Steve Sarkeesian's son.
No, L'Oreal, that's his wife.
Oh, that's his wife. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. He's they live down the road from me down in Austin, and she had they gave him she took some pictures and some quote unquote Daisy Dukes. I said, wait a minute, whoa, that don't sound right, because she always be dressed to the nines. I pull the picture up, she just got some cut off shorts, and they making a big old deal about some Daisy Dukes, because where we come from, Daisy Dukes means a high on the thigh, up in the creases and the cracks. These shorts was nowhere near that.
Yeah, it's a number 7 at McDonald's. You know what the number 7 at McDonald's is?
I gotta ask, what's the number 7?
A 10-piece nugget meal. Hey man, don't ask me how I know the menu board by heart, but I'm just telling you, that's what it is.
I should know about heart because I used to work at McDonald's. I should know about heart.
10-piece nugget meal.
I know number one is a Big Mac meal. I know that much.
Yeah, number one is gonna always be the Big Mac meal. That's the signature. Yeah, 10-piece nugget meal. You know what the number 10 on at the McDonald's menu is?
Fish sandwich.
No. 2 cheeseburger meal.
Lord. You're right. See now you try to remember because I used to know about heart. I used to work front cash, back cash, front counter. I used to
you know what number 6 is?
Number 6. Let's see. A chicken sandwich.
Nope. Double quarter pounder. All right, man. I quit, dog. I quit, man.
We need to get you on Jeopardy. That's our next step. We're gonna get you on Jeopardy. All right, we're gonna jump into the predictions. Going into I wrote it down. Let me fix the predictions real quick.
Make sure you got it right now. Make sure you got it right.
Let's see. You are 66 and 41, and I am 67 and 40.
How are you ahead of me, dog? And I
got one game.
No, that's impossible. Because last week I went 5 and 3. Where did you go?
I went 6 and 2.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not. Last week, you lost the Raven game, you lost the Green Bay game, and you lost the Seattle game.
Okay, so that makes us both 66 and 41 then.
See how, hey, you see this, America? See how he
I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm leaving right there. 6641. It's on the board. I ain't touching it.
Do y'all see America how his math is not math?
I'm not cheating. Let me correct myself. I do apologize.
See, America, do y'all not see it?
All right. College first. We're going to start with Kansas State, Iowa State. Who would have thought that both those teams have great records right now and are ranked? Who you got?
Give me K-State. Nah, you know what? Yeah, give me give me Iowa State. I'm sorry. Give me Iowa State 35-27.
I'm going Iowa State as well. I'm going 28-15.
That sounds about right too.
South Carolina, Clemson.
And I don't even like my man, but give me Clemson 24-17.
I'm gonna go with South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with second generation. I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I'm gonna go 28-17.
All right.
Texas versus Texas A&M. First time they played this game in 11 years.
Texas 28-14.
It's in A&M, so that gives me a little bit of pause. I really should go with A&M. I really should. It's in College Station, but I'm going to go with Stars at Night, are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
This is why I don't believe the children are our future.
17-14. Notre Dame, USC.
Notre Dame.
This is a traditional game.
Give me ND 35-14.
All right, Notre Dame 35-14. I'm going to go a little higher on that. I'm going to go 14-7. I'm sorry, 42-7.
Right, I was like, what? 14?
I'm going 42-7. All righty. Michigan State, Rutgers.
I'm going to go MSU 24-17.
Deep in my heart, I don't think we're going to win this game. But I'm going to go with my Spartans. Going with Spartans. Honestly, in my heart, I really don't think we're going to win this game. But I'm going to rep my team. I'm going to rep my team. I'm going to go 23-20.
23-20. Okay.
Yep. And the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Michigan, Ohio State, in the shoe.
Give me Michigan to lose.
Okay. You had me shocked there for a second.
28-10.
This game's gonna be a lot closer than people think. 21-19, Ohio State.
Man, stop it.
And here's why: Michigan gonna possess the ball. They're gonna slow that game down. They're gonna run it, run the clock, run it, run the clock. They're gonna possess the ball. That's what I think they're gonna do. The game is gonna be a whole lot closer than we think, and that's the reason why. All right, jumping to the pros. LA and New Orleans.
Give me the
Rams.
Give me the Rams. 17-13.
I'm going New Orleans because they're at home, and I'm gonna go 28-21. All right, we got Seattle going cross country to Aaron Rodgers. They're playing against Aaron Rodgers. They're not playing the Jets. They're playing against Aaron Rodgers.
Seattle, 27-13.
I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. No, I'm serious. I'm going with Aaron. It's not even the Jets no more. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's the Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to go 24-17. And in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. In Cincinnati. This is the what's the comedian name from Cincinnati? Who married the black girl who got a divorce? This the what's his name?
Mike Epps.
No, not Mike Epps, not Mike. White guy from Cincinnati.
Oh, you talking about Gary Owens?
It's the Gary Owens Bowl. It's the Gary Owens Bowl in Cincinnati.
Give me Cincinnati.
Okay.
24-17.
I'm going with Pittsburgh, even though they probably going. I like Pittsburgh. I'm gonna stay solid on Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go same score. Philly, Baltimore. We got a East Coast smash mouth game.
Let me think. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay.
Give me Eagles 24-21.
All righty. It's in Baltimore. That's why I'm going with Baltimore, because it's in Baltimore. In Baltimore. And I'm not real solid on this because Philly is playing really well right now, and Baltimore has been up and down a bit. But I'm going to go with Baltimore 17-13. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a real tough game. Frisco goes to Buffalo.
Man, Buffalo, man. Josh. Buffalo Bills 17-10.
All right, 17-10 Buffalo. I like Buffalo. San Francisco gonna make it look good. It's gonna look real good. They got a lot of injuries going on still. But Buffalo at home in the cold, going cross country like that, I'm gonna go Buffalo 29-17. Thursday night tilt. Green Bay comes to Detroit for Thursday night. No real advantage for both teams. Why? Both teams play Thanksgiving night, so they playing 7 days later. No team has a real advantage over another. Detroit probably, because Green Bay got to go back to Green Bay and then come back to Detroit.
Green Bay 21-17.
Say it again.
21-17. Green Bay.
This game really scares me because they can lose. They can definitely lose this weekend, next week, easily. The Lions definitely lose this weekend, next week. I've been riding with my Lions all season. I got a feeling Green Bay gonna take this one. Jordan Love looking good. He looking confident right now, like he did it towards the end of last season. Whoo! After Thanksgiving this week.
Steady long, steady wrong.
I'm gonna go with Detroit. I'm gonna go with Detroit. 28-17. 28-17. All right. That's our show for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you coming out and representing and being with us and joining us. Next week, Love and Stuff on Tuesday at 8:30. Dr. V, Good Reverend Dr. Valencia Edner. She's on YouTube most times at 12 o'clock noon on Wednesdays. We still trying to get Brother Williams back, Dan Williams back on the Love and Scriptures, Love and Music, Love and History. We did get a chance to see him on Thursday when we had our Thanksgiving celebration. Thank you for everybody that tuned in on Zoom and as we went through. Also had the simulcast on the other platforms as well. Thank you, Mr. Felix, once again for another great show. We'll be back. Be safe, everybody. Don't spend up all your money. Love somebody. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. See everybody next week.